Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We'll learn together. This is your host Harish. I'm sorry it took me so long to bring you another new videos. And this time I'm going to do 15 things you didn't know about Singapore. Many of you heard about the Singapore. It's in Asia and it is very famous for tourism. But there are certain things that we know about the Singapore culture and their tradition. So with this video, we learn something new about the Singapore. It might help you in the future if you're traveling to Singapore to enjoy or for business purposes. So let's go and dive in. And please make sure don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your feedback in the comment section below. A total 83% of the viewer on this channel didn't subscribe to my channel. I would request you please like the video, hit the subscribe button, share your feedback in the comment section below. It will help me and encourage me to put new videos online for you to learn something new about any specific country and culture. With this message, let's go and watch 15 things you didn't know about the city Singapore.
15 things you didn't know about Singapore. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to another amazing video. You guys liked so much the one we did on Dubai, so we wanted to give you another one. This time we're looking at one of the most luxurious and expensive cities in the world right now, Singapore. Located at just the tip of Malaysia's southern border lies Singapore. The small city's population is rapidly rising, despite being considered one of the smallest countries in the world. Just a century ago, the Lion City was economically deprived and architecturally bare, but that is certainly not the case anymore. Because alux.com is dedicated to becoming the world's best resource on the most expensive luxury things and places around the globe, we had to take a look at the 4 years in a row most expensive city in the world. Here are 15 things you might not know about Singapore. Number 1. Singapore has the world's highest concentration of millionaire households, with about 16% of the households having $1 million or more in investable assets. Number 2. The Prime Minister of Singapore is the highest paid government official in the world. Their Prime Minister is also the highest paid elected official in the world. The annual salary of the Prime Minister of Singapore is about 1.5 million US dollars. In contrast, India's Prime Minister, who rules a population that is about 200 times the population of Singapore, earns about $32,000 US as a salary and perks. The second highest paid government official in the world is the CEO of Hong Kong, annual salary about $540,000 US. The American president's annual salary is $400,000 US. These are the official numbers at least. A while back we made a video similar to this about Russia, and in it we also dive a little too deep into just how much money Russia's president, Vladimir Putin, is worth. You should definitely check it out after this one. Number 3. Singapore is the second most densely populated sovereign nation in the world. About 7,600 people live per square kilometer in Singapore. Monaco, at 18,500 people per square kilometer, is the most densely populated sovereign nation in the world. Number 4. The largest fountain in the world is located in Singapore at Suntec City. Made of cast bronze, it cost an estimated $6 million to be built in 1997. At 165 meters, the Singapore Flyer is the world's highest observation wheel and is the height of 31 male giraffes stacked on top of one another. Number 5. Speaking of giraffes, Singapore opened the world's first night zoo. If you're looking for interesting things to do in Singapore, stop by the world's first nighttime zoo. Unlike regular zoos, Singapore's nighttime zoo allows people to see animals when they are generally more active, in the dark. This is perfect for people who want to see their favorite big cats and nocturnal animals in a way they've never seen them before. Number 6. In Singapore, if a person cannot find a date or a life partner, government comes to the rescue. Singapore government has an established social development network to promote marriages among singles and create opportunities and services for singles to find life partners. Its key responsibilities include equipping singles with relationship or dating skills and ensuring quality and credible dating services are available. It's called by the locals as the Ugly, Desperate, and Alone program. Number 7. Singapore is a tiny nation and has no natural resources, so it has to import almost everything it needs. It imports not only sand, but even fresh water from Malaysia. Number 8. Singapore is known for a different take on luxury homes. One of the most surprising things about Singapore is the fact that 85% of its population lives in public housing development, and out of that, 95% of those individuals actually own their units. Why is this so shocking? Instead of public housing being considered a sign of poverty, it is actually one of the telltale signs of financial success. In fact, a number of public housing flats in Singapore are actually considered luxury homes and can sell for over $1 million US. Number 9. The most expensive home in Singapore was listed for $300 million and expected to sell for just under $250 million. The 85,000 square foot site on an elevated lot at 33 Nassim Road, near the city's Botanic Gardens, includes a 2-story home, swimming pool, and tennis court. It is in the heart of everything. If $250,000 seems high to you, we recommend you check out the top 10 most expensive houses in the world video. There are properties even more expensive than this. Number 10. There is a sin tax in Singapore. Apart from taxing the wealthy, Singapore is taxing excessively everything sin-related: alcohol, tobacco, and more, with at least 40% more than the rest of the world. That's done wonders for the economy. Number 11. It costs you a lot more to drive a car. Because the country is so small, you can literally drive across it in a few minutes. In order to stop overcrowding the city with cars, the government made it incredibly expensive to drive. To put things in perspective, the costs of buying and owning the cheapest Ferrari, the Ferrari California, in London are a little under $250,000, taxes included. The same car in Singapore will cost at least 4 times that. Number 12. Same-sex marriage is still banned in Singapore. In recent years, there have been strong movements against this, but at the point of making this video, the law still stands. The punishment for gay sex in Singapore is a 2-year jail term. Number 13. Some of the best nightlife and sky bars are in Singapore. If there's one thing we know about Singapore, it's that they love promoting tourism with nightlife. The Marina Bay Sands is considered one of the most popular luxury hotels in the world, featuring incredible views, and we're simply in love with the pool there. If you're in the area, we recommend checking out the One Altitude, which hosts the largest rooftop bar in the world. Number 14. Singapore is often referred to as a fine city because of the number of big dollar fines that one can receive for infractions. For example, you can be fined for not flushing a public toilet or for chewing gum. Don't believe us? The fine for forgetting to flush a public toilet is $150, but that's not the only crazy law in place. In 2005, they banned the sale of chewing gum. If you're a first-time offender caught selling gum, the maximum fine is at $100,000 and up to 2 years in prison. If you're caught again, it's up to $200,000 and 5 years in prison. This comes in an effort to make Singapore as clean as possible, and the efforts are paying off big time. Number 15. On top of chewing gum and flushing toilets, here are some other things you might not believe are banned in Singapore. Annoying someone with a musical instrument will be fined $1,000. Flying a kite or playing any game that interferes with traffic, you'll be fined with $5,000. To the list, we can add $1,000 for spitting, $2,000 for walking naked around the house, and up to 3 months in jail, $500 for feeding pigeons. $2,000 and up to 6 months for jaywalking, and this one is our favorite so far, up to $10,000 and 6 months in jail for, wait for it, connecting to someone else's Wi-Fi. Incredible city-state, isn't it? We were curious, what do you think of these severe laws? Did they overdo it? Or do you think they should be in place everywhere to make our cities better? Let us know in the comments.
I hope you have liked this video and you have learned many new rules and regulation about the Singapore city. You can't chew chewing gum. It will be a fine even for $1,000 for first time offender. You can't you can't walk naked in your own house. You have fine for that. If you feed a pigeon, you have fine for that. If you jaywalk, you have to pay fine for that. So be careful while traveling to Singapore. Be cautious. Please follow the rules and regulations of the Singapore, or there will be a hefty fine you have to pay from your pocket, which nobody likes. Apart from that, there are so many interesting facts about the country that 16% of the millionaire of the world listed and staying in Singapore. The Prime Minister of Singapore earns $1.5 million per month as his salary. Whereas in India, the Narendra Modi income is 32,000 per month. 32,000 per month, yes, US dollar, with perks and benefit. India has population 10 times more than Singapore, but still the premium PM get much less salary than Singapore's PM. Time will change, who knows? But there are so many interesting facts with this video about the Singapore which I was not aware of. Nightlife, I'm sure that there was pretty good nightlife they have, because few of my friends visited Singapore, so they tell me about all the beaches and all. But I was not expecting that they export everything. They import everything from outside, even sand and water. They import from the outside, which makes this country very expensive. So make sure whenever you're traveling to Singapore, or you're planning to go to Singapore for vacation, just make sure you don't break any rules there, because you have to pay a hefty fine in dollars in Singapore. So I hope with this video you learn something new. Till next time, peace out. Bye bye.